Trump's first 100 days. America First President is overturning world order. Part 2. Trump has called the tariffs necessary medicine, but his objectives remain unclear even as his administration works to negotiate separate deals with dozens of countries. At the same time, he has all but reversed U.S. policy on Russia's three-year-old war in Ukraine. He has warmed to Moscow and stirred fears that he will force NATO-backed Kyiv to accept the loss of territory while he prioritizes improved relations with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The administration's belittling of Europe and NATO, long the central pillar of transatlantic security but accused by Trump and his aides of freeloading off the U.S., has caused deep unease. German Chancellor-in-waiting Friedrich Merz, after winning February's election, expressed concern about European relations with the United States, saying it would be difficult if those who put America first actually made their motto America alone. This really is 5 minutes to midnight for Europe, Merz said. With his blustery style, he has insisted that the U.S. will get Greenland, a semi-autonomous Danish island. He has angered Canada by saying it has little reason to exist and should become part of the U.S. He has threatened to seize the Panama Canal, which was handed over to Panama in 1999. And he has proposed that Washington take over war-ravaged Gaza and transform the Palestinian enclave into a Riviera-style resort. Other governments are also beginning to recalibrate. The European Union, which Trump has claimed, without evidence, was formed to screw the U.S., has prepared a range of retaliatory tariffs if negotiations fail. With its historic friendship with the U.S. now strained, Canada is seeking to strengthen economic and security links to Europe. This comes against the backdrop of Canada's national elections on Monday dominated by voter resentment of Trump's actions, which have triggered a nationalist wave and fueled perceptions that the U.S. is no longer a reliable partner. South Korea, too, has been rattled by Trump's policies, including his threats to withdraw U.S. troops. But Seoul has vowed to try to work with Trump and preserve the alliance it regards as critical against the threat of nuclear-armed North Korea. U.S. ally Japan is also on edge. It was taken by surprise by the magnitude of Trump's tariffs and is now scrambling to respond, said a senior Japanese government official close to Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba. A key question is whether some governments will quietly hedge their bets by forging closer trade ties to China, Trump's #1 tariff target. Beijing has cast itself as a solution for nations that feel bullied by Trump's trade approach, despite its own record of sometimes predatory practices internationally, and is also trying to fill the vacuum left by his cuts in humanitarian aid. If Trump holds firm, the next president could try to re-establish Washington's role as guarantor of the world order. But the obstacles could be steep. What's happening is not yet beyond the point of no return, said Miller, now a senior fellow at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace in Washington. But how much damage is being done now to our relations with friends and how much adversaries will benefit is probably incalculable. administration, administration,
管理、行政、管理机构、管理人员、行政人员、一任政府的官员或内阁与阁员。
negotiate, negotiate,
谈判、协商、磋商。
prioritize, prioritize,
确定、排定、设定事情的优先顺序。
belittle, belittle,
轻视、瞧不起、贬低。
transatlantic security, transatlantic security,
跨大西洋两岸国家的安全事务。
threaten, threaten,
动词威胁、恐吓、危害。
threat, threat,
名词威胁、恐吓、危害。
seize, seize,
抓住、捕获、没收、查获。
recalibrate, calibrate,
重新校准、仪器、设备、机具、调整、修正、观点、期待。
retaliatory tariff, retaliatory tariff,
报复性关税。
strained, strained,
关系紧张的情况，恶化的财务，吃紧的，承受压力的。
resentment, resentment,
怨恨、不满、憎恨。
perception, perception,
观点、见解、看法、感受、知觉、感知能力。
rattle, rattle,
因快速震动发出碰撞、撼动、摇动的声响，造成慌乱、紧张、骚乱。
preserve, preserve,
保护、维护、保存、保养，对，进行保鲜处理、储存。
magnitude, magnitude,
强度、亮度、重大、重要性。
scramble, scramble,
奋力争先地做，快速又艰难地移动、攀爬。
guarantor, guarantor,
责任、义务的保证人，借贷的担保人。
bully, bully,
名词霸凌者，以大欺小者。动词霸凌、欺负、伤害。
humanitarian, humanitarian,
形容词人道主义的，名词人道主义者。